Welcome to Talk Around Riyadh, the Wheel of Time showcast. I am your host, Joe Perry, here with my co-host, Jen Isgro and Tom Kokoza. Jen, how's it going?
It's going, Joe. What a week. What a day. What a 4-hour span we had this week in the Watt community.
Yes. Well, we got to talk about that, but I think we need to ask Tom how he's doing before we start that.
Joe, I'm feeling happy. It's been a very festive week for the fandom, and being that we're recording this 5 days before Christmas and Hanukkah this year, I decided to dress in a somewhat festive manner for tonight's recording.
Is Christmas and Hanukkah on the same day?
Yeah,
or same day?
On the 25th.
Yes.
Hanukkah starts on the 25th, I should say. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what part of your outfit is Hanukkah related, Tom?
The blue, Jen.
Oh, okay.
What about the other holidays?
I was trying to call you out. You got me.
Yeah, sorry. No, I just said for those two holidays. They said they start in 5 days, and I just for those two holidays.
All right, then. All right. We've got to finish up our episode breakdowns. This is the longest amount of time it's taken us to do episode breakdowns. I feel like for season 4, it might take us about 5 months to do them. At this rate.
Want to say, if you go back 18 episodes ago when we started this, you said, I have an idea to save us time.
Well, to be fair,
it would have been 3 episodes.
They dropped a teaser in here, while we were doing it. And then we got this. We've got this. I don't even know what to call it. I guess we'll just go right into it, right? So on Wednesday morning, Prime Video officially introduced us to the royal family of Andor. And I'm going to read from... Well, actually, no. Jen, why don't you read the press release that we got about this casting?
So this is the original press release. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I will read you 2 specific people. You might be...
Well, read us all 4 of them.
Yeah, you want to, like... I want to be clear to you. We got this press release the night before, right? Or the day before, right? And we had time to absorb it before it was released worldwide. And so this is you're gonna say what we first saw, right?
Yes, Jen's gonna read the initial press release, which the whole world saw this one.
No, I know, but I want to take the listeners through.
Okay. Yes. Do you want
me to read all 4 people and their description?
Yeah, because the other two don't change. So.
Okay. Acclaimed award-winning, and then a bunch of awards, actress Olivia Williams plays Morgase Strachan, the Queen of Andor. Morgase did not inherit her throne. Rather, when the succession was left without an heir, she waged a brutal war against a half-dozen noble rivals. And thanks to her political savvy and utter ruthlessness, she won. She has sworn ever since to shield her daughter and heir, Elaine, from ever having to endure what she did. And do what she did. But far from being a tyrant, Morgase has become one of the best queens Andor has ever known.
The best, Jerry.
Luke Featherston is Lord Galad of House Strachan. A royal prince of Andor and brother to Gawain and Elaine, Galad is a skilled fighter, famously handsome, and protective of his younger sister. Okay. Callum Kerr plays Lord Gawain of House Strachan. Gawain is a royal prince of Andor and older brother to Galad and Elaine. Despite being the firstborn, he is not the heir to the throne. Andor is a matriarchy, and so the role of heir falls to his younger sister, Elaine. Nuno Lopez plays the role of Lord Gabriel, Queen Morgase's male consort. Both her lover and advisor, he assists in overseeing matters political and military. Andor is a matriarchal society, and so his power and influence, though vast, are always second to that of his queen, to whom his loyalties and service are sworn.
So yeah. I mean, this was amazing,
right?
Nuno Lopez, I think, as Lord Gabriel was the most surprising, I think, piece in here of casting because we didn't think, in the sense of we didn't know we were getting Lord Gabriel. necessarily.
Right.
We weren't sure.
The character that was most surprising to appear in this press release was Lord Gabriel.
Yes, and we had, I think a lot of people had thought Nuno Lopez might be Asmodean, which some people still believe that this might be an amalgamation of Asmodean. But yes, we were we were thrown aback by the castings of Luke Featherston and Callum Kerr because, we had Watt Series had reported that Callum Kerr had Galad Trakand on his CV at one point, and we talked about that at length because the last name was Trakand. And then also the fact that it made Luke Featherston, who was playing Galad, apparently, was the younger brother. So that was that was probably the most curious part of this press release.
To us, I think originally it just looked like the names had been mistakenly attributed.
Yes.
Except for the famously handsome part. But other than that, I mean, Gowan's handsome, so I was able to
not famously,
accept that. Though. I mean, sure. Okay. But anyway, so we looked at it. We quibbled a little amongst ourselves. Is that a word?
Yeah, we did quibble. I'd say we quibbled. There was some debate whether this was correct and there should be a outreach back to Prime Video about questioning this, but we didn't.
We accepted it as written.
Like I think everybody else did because nobody...
You don't want to question a press release.
There's no way that they would send this out to the press and us. But they would send this out to the press, say, hey, we're going to release this tomorrow. Please don't say anything until after this, whatever it is, blah, blah, blah. Without checking it, it has to be right.
And you know how I rationalized it in my head? Was that because they cast these actors the way they did, right? Like Callum Kerr, obviously they wanted to play, this part, and Luke Featherston, they wanted to play that part. And just because their ages wouldn't line up with the characters' ages, they just switched it. And then I was thinking okay, that makes sense. They did it because they didn't, it doesn't make sense that Callum Kerr is supposed to be younger than Luke Featherston because he looks older than him. I mean, I suppose you can argue that or whatever, but it's clear he clearly looks older than him. So that might have been a whole issue. So they're just switch it. And then I was thinking, well, then what does that mean for the whole half brother thing? And then I was like, we talked about that and we said, you know what, that never really pays off that much in the books. So they can just scrap that. They don't need to be half brothers.
Right.
Yeah, and it doesn't say anything about him being a Damodred. Nobody's mentioned as being a Damodred, which could still be a secret in the show. But I also just want to say one more thing before we get into the second one. When it came out and then it was changed, I texted my husband Dan and I said, it's wrong what they sent, because I was actually talking to him about it when we got the press release, and I was like, this is weird. They switched the character names. He doesn't know what I'm talking about. So I said, it's wrong what they gave us. And he was like, oh my God, did they send you the wrong information on purpose to see if you guys leaked it?
That's what I said to Tom.
I was like, no, that's not what happened.
I said, this is
we didn't leak it. It came out.
We've talked about this in the past.
Canary trap? Is that what you call it?
Is it a honeypot?
Yeah, something like that.
No, it's not a honeypot.
Not a honeypot.
That's not a honeypot.
Yeah, but it's we've talked about
this before. I was like, no, that's not what happened.
Yes, I thought so too. I was like, they're waiting to see if we leaked it, and then they'd know it was us because we were the only ones who got the wrong press release. I thought about that too, Jen. I told Tom the next day at work.
Yeah.
But anyway, after what? How many hours? An hour or so? Or
an hour. Yeah.
Yeah. I think. They sent out a correction, or they tweeted out a correction on social media, saying that Luke Featherston is playing Lord Gawain, Royal Prince of Andor, brother, right? Skilled fighter, famously handsome, though, protective of his younger sister. That is the part that's still a little strange. And what makes it even stranger is that Callum Kerr, who's playing Galad, posted on Instagram a screen capture of something that said, Kerr will play the Lord Galad of House Trakand, who is described as the Royal Prince of Andor and brother to Gawain and Elaine. Galad is a skilled fighter, famously handsome and protective of his younger sister.
So they're both the same description.
So Callum Kerr then posted him with the Gawain description. I don't know, and so we're still not sure what's going on, but we know Luke Featherston is playing Gawain and Callum Kerr is playing Galad, as we had originally thought, at least with the Callum Kerr part. So, I guess putting all of that aside, thoughts about the castings. You know, the description of Morghese was pretty interesting. They really playing up her waging a brutal war part of the story. And then, you know, they mentioned her in here as a tyrant, even though they said far from being a tyrant.
Yeah. They mentioned her as not being. Well, I think because we normally, when you think of someone waging a brutal war to seize a throne, they continue to have those tactics after they've taken the throne, and that's not the case with her. She's you know, a great queen for Andor, and I think they want to just let everybody know, like, that's what you need to expect. I wonder if this kind of brutal, you know, this war with political savvy and things that they address are going to, like, how far back is Lord Gabriel going to stretch in this thing? Is he, as some have suggested, a taking elements of Gareth Bryn and bringing it into this character? Is this going to tie into the Tom Maryland backstory at all? And, like, he helped her seize the throne, or he helped her in her political savvy at one point. Is that going to play an element into this? I'm very curious. And is Elida going to play an element into how brutal she was to take the throne?
That's a good question. I mean, I think there was also some questions about whether we're going to get a scene with Elida and Lord Gabriel in it and how that works, especially if Lord Gabriel is going to be a Forsaken, right? Mm-hmm. Like, or Dark Friend. You mentioned Gareth Bryn, right? Because Gareth Bryn was a lover of Morghese as well. And he does deal with matters of military power with her, for her. So this is interesting how they're going to play this Lord Gabriel character, whether it's going to be an amalgamation of multiple characters. Like, we don't think we're getting Ravine, right? Because of those statues. There wasn't really a clear one.
Yeah, I think it's more, I don't want to say likely. I think it fits better, or it's easier for audiences to get, if Lord Gabriel is Dark Friend Gareth Bryn. And, like, he's not a Forsaken. There's no Ravine storyline here. Just what if Gareth Bryn was a Dark Friend, and that's your Lord Gabriel character?
Okay. I could buy that. I mean, here's the thing I will say, because people are saying, like, oh, Ravine, Asmodean, blah, 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 this person, that person. I said, only one other male Forsaken has been mentioned on the show besides Ishamael, and that is Samael, and he was mentioned last season. So I think we're going to be getting him this season. I think
true, but we think we know who Samael is, and they haven't, and that's not saying they won't, but they haven't done Masks of Mirrors yet.
No.
Right? Celine was just Celine. She just looked exactly like Lanfear with just different hair, right? Like, there's no indication other than in Teleremeria that people would change what they look like. So I don't know if they're going to do that in this season or not.
He also could be a more of a Dark Friend, or just like a Tarangale type character, right? Her previous husband in the books, maybe, because Galad is Galad Trakand.
Right.
I mean, obviously, they're probably going to talk about their father at some point, so maybe that doesn't make sense that this character is a Tarangale. He's just like like you said, Lord Gabriel, the D-bag, power-hungry D-bag, Dark Friend. Right. Or not a Dark Friend.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't not say it, but, like, the way that the press release describes the character of Lord Gabriel does not imply that he's new on the scene.
Yeah.
No,
it doesn't say he's old on the scene, but it reads like he's an established member of the royal family and not like someone who showed up in the last 6 months.
Yeah, well, it's clear too he's not a Trakand. Otherwise, I feel like because they made a point of saying Lord Gawain of House Trakand, Lord Galad of House Trakand, Morghese Trakand. So, and then they said Lord Gabriel.
Right.
So he's not her husband because they said consort. Male consort. I think that also kind of gives an implication that he's not the parents of any of these three kids.
Right.
So he's like, he came after them.
Yeah, I think I want him to be like Ramael.
I think so.
But I think that if he, like Gabriel in the book, doesn't arrive until after the boys leave, because otherwise he would have to compel all of them. No, I was right the first time. Compel all of them.
Right. Use compulsion on all of them.
Yeah.
Compulse.
And Elida was gone. So,
right.
But he wouldn't have been able to go. He wouldn't be able to go there until at the end of season 2. So if like not that much time has passed, unless they leave, he comes in, and for some reason she feels like he's been there forever or whatever. I mean, that's just kind of how it happens in the book anyway. He was not really there that long.
Right.
I will say that since we're talking about this, right, and we want to finish up our episode breakdowns, maybe we should go back and put in something with like what we already have, what we think is the storyline with Lord Gabriel in it. Does this make you want to change anything from what we had initially predicted?
I don't think so. We have we have Matt going. Let me go back and find it. What am I doing?
Yeah, we have the whole Matt overhearing.
Over here. Yeah. Why don't I even see Matt on this paper?
He's barely
Where
in
is
it.
he?
Oh no, below Jen. It's below in the.
We did all the Matt stuff.
Yeah.
Ready. I think the only thing
it's
is
just
like
in the.
This implies that he's like his character being listed in this press release with the rest of the royal family of Andor. I think, right? Hey, everybody, like, these are going to be important characters. So like, there's probably going to be, if there's an introductory scene, which we believe there is in Andor, of like, hey, Elida, hey boys, go find my daughter and bring her back, or whatever it is. He's probably going to be involved in that introductory scene as well.
All right.
That'd be hard though, because. If he's Ravine or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, is there going to be a resolution then? Do you think he's going to be sticking around then throughout this, like after season 3, past season 3?
I don't know, but I think he'll be in Tanchico also. I think he'll be like bouncing back and forth.
If you're on the,
he's Samael.
You're saying he's Samael.
Well, Samael doesn't show up in Tanchico at all.
Yeah, but he's in Ibu Dar, right?
No, he's dead by that.
Doesn't he?
Oh no, he dies right after.
No,
that,
he has a scene with Jacob Carradine.
Yeah, he's in it. Yeah, he's in
He's
Abu
not
Dar.
dead.
He's not in for the end of Abu Dar, but he's in for the beginning of it.
Okay. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I'm just because Jacob Carradine was Jacob. Oh, he's in Tanchico and Ibu Dar.
Yes.
In my head, I'm like combining those two places. That like the whole thing.
Yeah.
Because it's like
well,
the
we
same
talked
people.
about that we could.
Yeah.
That
So I'm just thinking that he's going to be like being Ravine and Sama at the same time. That's what I have in my head. Okay. But also elements of Gareth Bryn thrown in.
Well, I mean, he could.
And he does take over. I mean, does Gabriel do that stuff after Gareth Bryn leaves? Like military stuff? Is he like he's advising her on?
I don't think it's
stuff like that.
His advice is basically betray all your friends and pull all your troops from your like. It's
giving her good advice.
Yeah.
Just says he's their advisor and lover. And, it doesn't say it. Literally, it doesn't say. Yeah. It sounds like he's been there a while, but there's nothing in there that indicates if he's been there a while or if he just showed up.
Yeah, he hasn't been mentioned before on the show.
This is what he's doing, and we don't know when he got there. So
no, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. So, Joe, I know you had mentioned before, as I really just mentioned in chat, so I just want to be clear. Yes, Samael is in the books in charge of Ilion, but he appears in the Abu Dar storyline because he's, I think at that point, right, as Jen said, he's kind of running the Dark Friends there to try and get either the Bowl of the Winds or Matt or whatever, but he's kind of the one who's pushing Carradine and I think Noel.
I feel like Samael has his hands in like a lot of different things.
Grendel
also with like Savannah, right? Like he's like everywhere.
It might have been Old Cully then. I'm sorry. My favorite random Dark Friend. But yes, Samael's the main antagonist of the 7th book that he gets eaten by a fog. But you mentioned, Joe, that people think that he might not be a Samael Ravine combination, but an Asmodean Ravine combination.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And I think I had him pegged as Asmodean just because of his kind of
musical background.
His musical background. And I feel like he has a certain dramatic look about him. But how would that work, do you think?
I don't think it would work.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
that's
I don't.
a lot to me.
Yeah, I don't know how that works. Then, to be honest with you, I don't think it does work. People just like him being like a charming minstrel who like wooed more gays, but there's no mention of that part in the release, like that that he's a bard of any sort, or a poet musician.
Why? Because she likes musicians? Is that why?
Yeah, right, that's her type. That's her type.
Everybody's type is Tom Maryland.
She's a groupie.
It's not. She's a band. What do they call them? Band-aids?
Oh yeah. I don't think I don't see how that works or makes any sense. Just I'm going to be frank. I don't think it makes any sense for him to be Asmodean, Gabriel Asmodean. If you're going to do that, if you want to combine a Forsaken with Lord Gabriel, you should just put Ravine in there. Like, why would you put Asmodean as the? I don't understand why you would do that.
I don't think Asmodean.
So it's probably going to happen.
Where he is.
Right. So it's probably.
I don't feel like Asmodean can leave where he is as easily as the other two can.
Yeah, let's put it in because it doesn't make any sense. So.
Sounds good.
We already have other things that don't make sense. Don't go crazy.
All right, let's get back to it. And if we want, when we're done, we could punch it up and maybe throw some more Lord Gabriel in here. So let's get back to it. We have two sets of storylines left, the Two Rivers storyline and the Isle Waste storyline. So let's start with Two Rivers because I think that's pretty cut and dry, at least we think it is. So I'm going to start here. We got Perrin, Fail, Loyal, Bane, and Chiad here, and White Cloaks, right? These are all the groups or peoples that we think we're going to be seeing in the Two Rivers. So how do we think, like, what are the circumstances of them getting to or going to the Two Rivers, right? We have them traveling the ways to get to the Two Rivers because, Waygate. We know there's a Waygate in the Two Rivers. I believe Omar found it on Google satellite image. So does anyone dispute Perrin traveling the ways? Well, actually, no. We already said he is going to travel the ways, so we're not disputing this. Where do we think this is going to happen? First episode?
Yes. Yeah, I think they're all together at the beginning of the first episode, and by the end of the first episode, they're all leaving Tar-Valon.
Okay.
Everyone who except for
the girls.
Except for Nynaeve and Elaine. Yeah.
And Egwene.
And Nat, I guess, too, probably. But the
Perrin meets...
But the one...
Go ahead.
Sorry. No,
I was just going to move to the next one. We got Perrin meeting Fael in the Two Rivers, who is hunting for the Horn of Valir. When is their meet cute happening?
Episodes. Hold on.
Episode 2?
It should be ASAP. Yeah, 2. There's got to be 2.
All right, putting it in episode 2. All right, here we go. Fael's dancing the Sassara in the wine spring, captivating Perrin.
I don't even like that, but...
Well, we've got...
4? Wait, when do the... Oh, and this... Can't we make it that... Can we just change it to the Tinker's Camp like the way it normally is? Because then I would put
instead of at the wine spring. You just want to dispute the location? I have no problem where the location is.
Yeah, because it doesn't... Like, I think... then it would be like an episode... Let's see. Why do I feel like... Oh, we talked about the Battle of the Two Rivers. Who?
Well, that's at the end. Like, you're jumping ahead there.
Oh, that's because we... No, I know. I'm just trying to think of when the...
Well, we have...
Tinker's attacked by Trollocs.
Right.
So, yeah, episode 4, 304. Put it in there.
Oh, wow. That's the one scene we're going to see of Perrin in episode 4 is they're at the Tinker's Camp. And
oh, because that's the...
Yeah. I would really like not even have... I don't even think he's going to be in that episode.
All right.
Yeah, that storyline's completely... So 5.
5?
Right.
All right, let's put him in 5.
Okay, fine.
Right.
So we got Perrin rounding up farmers back to the Two Rivers. So this is Perrin going on that, going against Lord Luke's advice.
3. Let's do 3.
So that happens early on, huh? See,
I think it's...
Yeah, because what else is he going to be doing?
I was thinking of 6. Like, that's before the fight.
What?
He's already... I think he's going to do that. He's going to succeed in that and then not succeed at the Tinkers. I think he's going to go on a run of
okay.
Yeah.
So I just want to say we do have the where is the set piece? of the rescue mission is in that episode as well, by the way. So it's the same.
But that's how it works in the books. He like goes, collects people, and then they go to rescue everybody.
Okay. We got Hopper calls Perrin into the wolf dream, warns him about Slayer, shows him Slayer, explains dying in the dream is forever.
That could be 5 or 6.
Really?
Yeah, I think you want to you've got Lord Luke, right? Baby. I don't know. I had Featherston as Lord Luke, so who knows? But you had Lord Luke. And you establish him as a prick. And then you establish, wait a second, he's not just like a D-bag. There's also this darker side to him. Like he's a true villain in Slayer, and that's a little bit later on. I don't know, but it doesn't have to be. I just feel like Perrin's got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is really like this would be, I guess, our first introduction to Slayer. You don't think that we're not going to know who Slayer is or learn about him until episode 6? That he exists? I was thinking episode 2.
That Slayer's gets introduced right away and you don't know who he is? Okay. Okay, I don't mind that. Yeah, Perrin gets back there and he's worried about the White Cloaks. He finds out there's Trollocs, and now there's also this thing hunting wolves. Okay, that works, yeah. And then also introduces the wolf dream as part of Tel'aramriad, right away.
All right, Perrin. Yeah. I got Perrin runs into the Tinkers on the way back to the Two Rivers, asks them to come to the Two Rivers, but they refuse.
That's episode 5 then.
This would be after
we also
the
have
rescue
Tinkers
mission?
being
This would be...
No, the rescue mission's in episode 3.
But I'm saying that he says he's on the way back.
No, the rescue mission's not part of...
No, I'm saying...
He's on the way back from going to the farmers.
Right, because after the rescue mission, they hunt Trollocs.
After the rescue mission.
Right? And he runs into the Tinkers after...
Trolloc hunting.
After Trolloc hunting, yeah.
Yeah, because we have a Perrin Slayer set piece in episode 5, Tom. So it wouldn't make sense to put the first initial thing of Slayer.
You already convinced me. Yeah, all right.
Okay.
So, Perrin, then they go to the Tinker camp, and then the ends.
That's where
we were saying it ends with the Tinkers showing up, I guess, or being attacked by the Trollocs or something. At the end,
yes, that's in that same episode. Yeah, there's a lot of Perrin in that episode. I guess we need to make up for lost time because episode 4 there's probably not going to be much Perrin. So episode 5 is a lot of Perrin, which makes sense because, right, you got to build up to that climactic episode 7.
Right, Perrin's not going to be possibly not in 4 or 8, so he's got to get stacked in the other episodes.
All right. Perrin interacts with Tam. Abel steps up. Natty is the wisdom. That's got to be early on, right?
Yeah, it's 2.
So we have episode 3 is where Tam takes him to Alana and Varen. That's the cold open.
Right.
So I guess episode 2 then it would be he first meets up with, interacts with Tam and Abel. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Perrin meets up with Dane to offer himself to the White Cloaks in exchange for help with Trollocs.
7.
Tom, your internet is it me, Jen? Is it Tom?
Yeah, now I hear it too.
Yeah, your internet's very you're chopping up.
7 is the battle, so I would say maybe 6 for this one, or you think the beginning of 7.
So this would be he needs help with the Trollocs. So this has got to be after the Tinker issue, the Tinker camp. So 6,
before the battle. I would say 6.
Or it could be 7 because the battle doesn't take place till the second half. This could be right before. This could be one of his things he does before the battle starts.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's got to be some calm before the storm.
Yeah. Perrin shrugs off White Cloak's golden eyes cheer. That would be the end of episode 7, I guess.
Yes.
Perrin gets back to the Two Rivers and finds out parents are dead.
Dos. Dos. Yeah.
Not in episode 1.
No, I think he doesn't get back to the Two Rivers until episode 2.
Okay. Sorry. Lord Luke is there and Perrin immediately mistrusts him. Same episode 2?
2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, we've got Perrin comes to terms with Layla's death.
6?
Yeah.
So we need to put something else in here because we have the scene of Perrin and Fael getting hot and heavy in there. So let's put that in this as well. Would that be the same episode? He comes to terms with Layla's death, and then the two of them sleep together?
Yeah, that's how you come to terms with somebody's death, isn't it?
You know what? I'm over it.
Grief boner.
Yeah, because she's dancing the Sisara in the episode before that, so that's the last thing he needed to see.
Oh, yes. Could happen.
That helped
Oh,
him
it could. Maybe it's after the Sisara dance, you know?
After the dance. You know what, guys? I've just come to terms with my wife's death.
No, I mean him sleeping with Fael. Could he sleep with her before he comes to terms with Layla's death?
I actually wouldn't be surprised if, in order to not make people feel icky, like, that comes to terms, like, somehow he accepts it stuff is, like, episode 3. Like, it's part of his grieving for his family, is him, like, absolving himself of that guilt. It works also, like, it's like, the end of it, but, like, he's got to, like...
You don't think that Fael helps him, not just in like a sexy way, but like in a like she went, like talking to him about it.
Maybe
before they realize that, like, right as everything's like starting up, but before they're like in a relationship.
She helps Perrin release that guilt.
Not
full
the way you're describing. Not the way
guilt.
you're describing. No.
I think I could work
emotionally,
but I also feel like you don't want.
There's an emotional release.
You don't want to like. You don't want her to just be like a rebound person from an audience point of view and be like, transition your feelings about your dead wife to me, the new girl in your life. Like, it would almost
no, but she as her father and her family are like soldiers, she could like people die fighting. Maybe she could have some kind of like insight into that and make him feel better about it.
I hear you. I don't think it's wrong, and it might be what they do. I just feel like I would worry about like we talked about this before, like that it's going to be kind of weird to like have him immediately jump back into a relationship, but it looks like they're doing that. So, yeah.
Yeah, you can't put this off any longer.
Right.
So Perrin and Fael get intimate after he comes to terms with Layla's death.
Sure.
Yeah. It's like over a year later.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not immediate.
Okay. All right. So we got some Fael stuff we want to put in here. So Fael is established as a character, is tough. I think, Jen, you wanted to make sure that we understand that she's like, she's an independent woman who's tough and can take care of herself, being a Saldean.
Yeah.
Where do
Two.
we? 2? Okay.
That's when we meet her, so.
Yeah, I mean that's the rescue mission. So that scene episode. So that makes sense that she's kind of would maybe.
I thought the rescue mission was episode 3.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you
Yeah.
said episode 2. Sorry.
But we meet her in episode 2.
Okay, so the rest. Okay.
Was she like
Perrin
benching? Sorry, how is she tough?
Yes. She's got a bandana on her, tied around the top of her head. She's got a sleeveless shirt on. Muscles
Johnny
glistening.
From Karate Kid.
No.
She's doing pull-ups. You only see her from the back.
She's painting as a skeleton on her face.
She's got leg warmers on while she's doing some calisthenics. Perrin tells Fael the truth about Layla. Is that all part of that same episode? His coming to terms with Layla's death, tells her about the truth?
No, she has to know about it before that.
The Sisara episode, maybe episode 5 with the Tinkers. That's when he tells the truth. Maybe the Tinkers coax it out of him to like be an honest
Everybody
person.
in the town knows, so I don't know how he can hold it
No,
into
they don't
episode
know
5.
that he killed her.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That he's the one who killed her.
Okay, so she knows that. All right. I don't think it should be right in the same scene where they have sex.
So as episode before is what I'm saying. The Tinker, maybe that's with the Tinkers.
Put it in episode 5, sure.
Okay.
Episode 5.
I imagine like maybe hopefully we'll get like Maria Doyle Kennedy giving another impassioned speech that that helps Perrin heal, and he decides to be honest about it.
Okay.
Now are they? Or it could be like if he's
Perrin has
Never mind. Go. Keep going.
I can put that in here. Do you want me to put that inspired by Illa? Perrin tells Fael the truth.
We don't have to get this specific.
Well, we want to put that. Okay, we don't have to. You're right. Fael has feelings.
Just write the whole script.
Fael has feelings for Perrin, but he pushes her away because of Layla.
3.
Wow. Yeah, I guess it would have to be. It would have to be. That's quick though.
Well, it doesn't have to be feelings. It could be like
he's just like, I can't even be around. I don't. Yeah, he's just starting to like her. That's all.
She could just hit on him, and he could be like, I can't.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like this could fit in the episode 5, and that's like the episode is that arc. It's the arc of like Fael's becoming interested in him. I mean, this is episode 5 has a lot of Perrin in it, a lot of Two Rivers in it. But I mean, this could be the arc of one episode. I don't know. Like there's some sort of the Tinker thing happens. They get a little bit like, they start to realize maybe he has some feelings for her, and then he pushes her away. But then the Tinkers, I don't know. It's a lot to put in the episode, I guess. I guess we need more build up.
I thought he was kind of like just met her, and she's kind of being attracted to him in the beginning, but he's like, I feel like by 5 they're already like he's already starting to like accept it a little bit.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. So
that's just how I
3.
like. Yeah.
Fael befriends Bane and Chiad.
That should be in the toughness scene. Like they should be like,
okay,
2.
Yeah, they should be impressed with whatever she's doing, right. And they become friends. Like
they're all working out together. They're spotting her.
That's it. It's like
I'm just picturing there's just like a workout bench just in the green in the Two Rivers, and they're just outside.
They throw a spear. She catches it.
Yes,
like
in her mouth.
What, like League of Their Own?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, some of them are going home.
I think like landed in the last episode of the season.
Right.
Fael helps Perrin when he gets wounded during the rescue. So this is
say it again.
This is Fael helping Perrin when he gets wounded during the rescue. So the rescue mission is episode 3. So
wait.
Yeah.
He gets wounded during the rescue, or he gets wounded after the Trolloc attack?
We put the rescue.
Yeah.
I don't think he should get wounded.
I agree.
He can't get wounded twice.
He should be wounded through episode 5.
I think he's wounded, and then they go to the Tinkers.
Yeah, to heal. Yeah.
To like heal and rest for the night after he's wounded.
I agree with Jen.
We're like, that's what should happen. That's literally the book.
Yeah.
Yes, this is what
I think it would be a good idea if Perrin got injured at this point and then did this. For some reason, that seems like a good idea to me.
So it's almost like we came up with some really good ideas here.
Yeah.
By just putting in what's
inspired.
in the book.
Right.
Yeah.
To have
sorry.
Okay. Oh, Anas is asking where we put Hopper in.
We got a lot of Perrin and Fael in the middle of the.
We have Hopper.
I have Hopper in here.
He just missed it.
In the beginnings.
Sorry, yeah.
His episode 2 is when Hopper's going to call Perrin into the Wolf Dream, and that's when we're going to learn about, dying in the Wolf Dream and how wolves go into the Wolf Dream when they die. And we're also going to get our first mention of Slayer. That'll be episode 2.
And then he'll be back. And there's another Wolf Dream section, I think we said in episode 5.
And episode 5 is the whole set piece in Teleran Riyadh with Perrin and Slayer fighting. So this is a problem, because we have in episode 5 now, we have a Trolloc attack and Perrin fighting Slayer in the episode.
Episode 5 is a really long episode.
It's a Jen episode.
That's it.
This is an episode 5.
I don't know if there's going to be a Trolloc raid. Like I feel like the Trolloc raid's going to be early.
Yes.
Like maybe it could be the same episode as a rescue mission, or maybe it's part of the rescue mission. They get attacked by Trollocs during the rescue mission. Like it's going to be hard to put a rescue mission in, a Trolloc attack in, a Slayer set piece in Teleran Riyadh, and then the big battle at the end. There's a lot of stuff to put in with all the character development as well.
True. But you need to have Trollocs established in the Two Rivers at some point before they all just show up at the end. Like, it has to be a threat.
The Trollocs could attack the Tinkers as well. Like we can have that, but like maybe Perrin's not involved in the attack. The Tinkers are just gotten attacked. I don't know.
You don't need to have Trollocs in episode 5. You can have that start with they just got ambushed by Trollocs and got away.
What if we move
Like,
the Perrin
that's
Slayer
happened.
set piece?
Okay.
What if we move the Perrin Tel'aran'rhiod Slayer set piece to episode 6?
Go for it.
All right, I'm moving that to 6 just so we can focus more on the Trolloc attack or Trolloc raid. All right, Fael is forced to leave from the Two Rivers by Perrin and goes to get the Saldean army.
It's Jen's crazy.
Beginning of
6.
I think it's the beginning of episode
Or you think the beginning of
7.
7?
Yeah.
Beginning of 7?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's going to send her away towards the beginning of 7, I think.
Okay.
She's gonna come back just to throw a dagger underneath
But you
his
don't
arm
know.
in the battle.
You don't know where she's going.
No, we
she's getting-
definitely don't know where she's
We
going.
know, but they don't. But you don't know.
We're just making
She
this
doesn't
up.
tell him.
Right.
Okay, I got Loyal, Bane, and Chiad all together. So I just put Loyal as around with Perrin. Like he's
Loyal,
just with,
remember him?
yeah, he's just going to be with Perrin for a lot of this. So I mean,
Yeah, he's gonna really operate as loyal and not in the romantic sense, but in the bro talk to me sense for Gaul too. He's gonna be Perrin's best friend wingman character.
yeah,
And help him like work through what he has to do and give him a peer to talk
Now-
to.
yeah, he's going to be. We have him being the one who figures out that the Trollocs are coming from the Waygate.
Mm-hmm.
Now that probably is going to be what episode, maybe 5 or 6.
6. They're gone in 6, and they don't come back until like they come back right
You
in
like
front
6?
of the Trollocs. Yeah,
6 is good.
yeah.
6 is good. I like 6.
Okay. I got Loyal going with Bane and Chiad then to close the Waygate. That's going to happen? So does that? I guess the question is, does that happen during the battle? Like, because right in the books, Loyal comes back.
Right in
Before
front of
the
them.
battle.
Right in front of them. He comes back and like they're
Yes.
coming. It's here. So yeah, that's what it is. Like
So 7.
he
So
goes
put that
like,
in 7 as well.
yeah, like they figure it out in 6, right? They go off, and then they come back right in front of them, like whatever it is, and Loyal could be carrying one of them
Okay.
who's injured, and the other one's running behind or whatever.
So we have Bane and Chiad going with Perrin to help meet Avian and Destow. So that's in the first episode, right?
Yeah.
We got Bane and Chiad hanging out with Fael. I guess that when she's established as a tough person, maybe the rescue mission.
Yeah, I think 3 is where they.
Fael's going on the rescue. Yeah, right.
And you can even have
Okay.
a thing, like kind of a reverse thing in episode 3 of like Perrin not inviting Fael and Fael going, I'm with them. I'm not with you. Like you're bringing Bane and Chiad. I'm with them. Like kind of like an inverse of like their the book version of them going to the Two Rivers.
Yeah, or you can have Fael saying she wants to come. Perrin like, no, I don't want you. You're gonna get hurt. And then she's like, no, I'm coming. And then he tells like Bane and Chiad like, can you keep an eye on her? Like, make sure she doesn't get killed.
All right. Yeah. Either way.
And then Fael like getting all angry about that.
Right. Keep an eye on
And
me.
the
Keep an eye on
maiden's, like,
me.
laughing
Keep an eye
about
on
it.
me. You.
All right, so we're gonna jump over to the White Cloaks. We already put in a little bit of the White Cloaks, but we also have here a scene establishing they're working together and corrupting. Oh, this is Fane and the White Cloaks. Sorry, together. So it's a scene establishing that they're working together and corrupting Dane against Perrin. So that we want to see Fane and Dane, some interaction with the two of them.
3.
3? All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that wraps up the Two Rivers storyline for us.
Did we have other White Cloaky stuff in here? Because I know we talked about this before, but did we add in the fact that like we wanted Valda to like recruit Galad? We talked about this like
No,
a
we didn't
long
put
time
that in
ago,
there at
but
all.
like we should put that in somewhere. Like
So where would that happen?
I would say
If
that
the Tricans are going to be, if we're meeting them, we're meeting them in the first episode.
yeah. At the end, I would say like
So you want to put a Valda?
that's an episode 8 thing for me. Is like as you're finding out where everyone's ending up, you see that Galad's like, some of the stuff they've been saying is making a lot of sense, man. And like, whatever, he's getting recruited into the White Cloaks by Valda.
All right, let's do it.
Where?
Where what?
I have no idea where they are. That's where this is going to happen, but where does it happen?
This happening?
Outside of Tar Valon.
Outside of Tar Valon?
Yeah.
I mean, that's where it happens in the books.
Yeah. Like, you can even have, like, that happens in the books. He's like reading the book. I can't remember what it's called, but he's reading like the White Cloak recruit.
The Martin Luther book.
And so, like, that could just be teased, and then you find out.
Is on.
Yeah, I'm blanking on what the actual name of the book is, which is annoying me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, it's it's whatever, something weird.
I'm gonna go look it up.
Shining light of, I don't know, the Watchtower, I think it's called. Let's move to the Aiel Waste.
Dianetics. It's Dianetics.
Dianetics. Yes, there you go. Sorry. All right, so we're going to move to the Waste. This is our last storyline we have here to wrap up. There's a lot, though, for this storyline. We think we're going to get a heavy dose of Rand with Moraine Lan and some Egwene in there. So Rand decides to go to the Aiel Waste. Episode 1?
1.
Okay. All right. Learns about his heritage from wise ones on the journey to Ruidian.
3?
Okay. Encounter with Couladin. Big machismo.
3.
First encounter with Couladin? 3.
Yeah, this is like his first...
Before he goes through.
Yes. This would be his initial encounter.
Or, could be 2.
I think that 2 sound like, at least part of 2 is like a travel episode for them. I think getting there.
Oh, all right. Leave it at 3 then.
Okay. Avienda is assigned to teach Rand. So, right, this mixes Avienda, the Aiel, Egwene, Moraine Lan. This is all this storyline. Yeah. So Avienda is assigned to teach Rand the Aiel ways. There's a lot of opportunity here for exposition to the viewers of like the Aiel customs and things like that. So
this should be post 4.
As she's teaching Rand,
5?
she's teaching us.
Yeah.
Oh, you think this is 5. After?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After she goes through also.
She's not a apprentice until.
Oh, that's right. She wouldn't be an apprentice. Yeah. Good job. Journey to Cold Rock's Hold, Shadow Spawn attack. I think we already put the Shadow Spawn attack in there, didn't we? Yeah, we did.
6?
That was episode 5.
Yeah. There you go.
All right. Hold on. We have a duplicate here. Sorry about that.
Oh my God. How could you?
I know. I fucked up. I thought I went
this
clean
thing
this
is
all
perfectly
up.
Clear.
All right, guys. We got to start this whole episode over again. Sorry. I didn't press record. No. Lanfear warns him that other Forsaken are loose and he needs to become more powerful. This is Rand.
2.
Lanfear warns Rand.
2.
He's like, no duh.
It's a dream on the journey.
I think this is episode 1. I want to see Lanfear make an appearance in his dreams in the first episode.
All right, fine. You sold me on it.
Okay.
1. Put it in.
Lanfear threatens him to stay away from Moraine. Is that the same? It could be the same episode. Same encounter.
Yeah.
Okay. Lanfear is luring Rand to find objects of the power in Ruidian.
I don't know.
No. Why did we put this in? I don't think that's going to happen.
I think we had. Yeah. I think this was actually yours, Tom. This was to tie in the Choden ball.
Yeah, maybe
and give reason for Lanfear to be there with them. Like
this was Tom of 4 weeks ago. He doesn't believe this.
Like I would guess like that would be like restructuring it slightly, but that would be latter part of the season. Like yeah. So 6.
Okay.
6.
I got some loose Theron voices. We know that Alexander Kareem did some vocal work for the show. I think we're going to get loose Theron voices.
8? Jen, what do you think?
Not until 8? I think that's too.
I don't know. Like maybe after Ruidian? Like the next.
I think around somewhere around that time. Maybe even the episode he goes to Ruidian before he goes in.
You think he's like?
Because if it happens after Ruidian,
or 1. How about 1?
Oh, wow. I like that as well.
Wow.
Like it's very slowly peppered through the season. Like you don't really know what you're hearing.
Yeah, but that's like the first instance in that first episode. I like that, Jen. I like it a lot. I think that sets up the season for like what we're going to be dealing with, like with Rand. All right.
We really haven't gotten any. Well, we've heard voices in his head, but I don't think it's like craziness yet.
I don't know if
like
we've heard voices. I don't know if he's heard them.
Right. Okay, that's true.
Capture of Asmodean. Rand captures Asmodean.
8.
Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Rand learns about leadership in Falm. We're going to take that out, right? Is this even going to happen?
Tar Valon?
No, I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, he could be like chatting with Elaine about
in Tar Valon.
Something.
Then.
Yeah, in Tar Valon. Well, how though? If Elaine,
is
it in the tower?
I think just take it out. Yeah, it's not going to happen.
All right, I'm taking it out.
But then who is in the room with him during the
Matt?
In the trailer, scene. That arm's too thin to be a. I don't think it's a man's arm.
I don't know.
It could be Moraine or Berylane. I don't know. All right, moving over to
maybe Elaine sneaks out through the Leandrin door that they found
for a little
secret exit,
snogging
for a dalliance.
If she's an accepted, she's allowed to leave the tower on her own and stay in Tar Valon.
Takes the accepted.
Well, their test is in. I think we have that in the second episode. Well, Egwene's accepted test is in the second episode, so. We would assume Elaine's would either be in that same episode. Maybe we just probably not seeing it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you're right. I don't know how. This makes it even more difficult to get Rand and Elaine any kind of FaceTime together, which is why I think this is going to be more of a Rand Avienda season. I feel like every season they're just going to have another, like he's going to move and have get involved with one of the other women. Okay. So I'm gonna say that I'm gonna pull this out. Then it doesn't. I don't know.
That's what he said.
Seems too awkward. All right, Moraine and Lan. Moraine feels the weight of her failures based on the Swan conversation from season 2. That's the whole encounter they have in episode 7 or 6, and decides she's rededicating herself to Rand's destiny. Like she's made the decision. I need to. Swan was partially right. I need to get him ready.
One. Yeah.
Okay. Moraine and Lan have a normal conversation, showing us that they're all better.
Also 1.
Okay.
Egwene and Rand, you said?
No, Moraine.
Oh, Moraine and Rand.
No, Lan.
Moraine and Lan.
Sorry.
I think my bad internet switched over to her.
Yes.
Her ears.
That's my bad ears. Moraine and Lan. Yes,
one.
Lan decides to teach Rand how to properly use a sword.
2.
All right.
I'm just yelling it out.
Moraine is not happy with Rand's decision to go to the waste.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Lan bonds with Rand, sharing his past and self-imposed destiny of death.
2. This is all travel stuff, I think.
Okay, it's part of the
space.
Sword fighting scene. Moraine has a dream invaded by Lanfear, who warns her away from Rand, and the consequences. Moraine learns that the other Forsaken are free.
2.
Okay. All right, I can't wait to order these and read these. Moraine goes tete-a-tete with the wise ones for most ornery woman.
3?
Yeah, that was 3.
Why are we putting that in? What does that even?
Well, we figured there's going to be a scene with Moraine and the wise ones, just kind of like butting heads, maybe.
Right.
All right, 3.
Out
3?
Outwilling each other.
That's the scene from the trailer.
Okay. Moraine decides to enter Ruidian, seeing her many futures and encountering her own death.
4.
It's the only possible way for Rand to succeed. Yes, episode 4. I don't think there's a doubt in there. Moraine and Lan have a conversation about what she saw in Ruidian. Lan's in denial.
5.
5?
5.
The extra long episode.
That's basically that conversation is actually the
trailer
clip we see in the trailer, right?
Yeah.
We assume then the teaser.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Lan meets Aiel clan chiefs who honor him. We learn about his exploits in the Aiel War. 2.
3 or 2. What are they getting
3.
there?
That's true. Maybe 3. Yeah, the clan chiefs wouldn't be there till like episode 3.
Yeah,
okay.
when they get there.
Moraine sends a letter to Swan. It never makes it to her.
No.
Elida gets
doesn't
it.
happen. No,
This has to be after episode 4, right?
I don't even think that's going to happen because they're already in the same city at the beginning.
No, this is her.
No, this
knowing
is after
she's gonna die.
going through Meridian. She realizes she's not going to make it, so she's going to send a letter to Swan. But it never makes it to Swan. That's what we said.
All right, 6.
Okay.
I don't even think that's gonna. I don't like this anymore. But 6, if it has to happen.
If you don't like it, and it doesn't sound like it's going to happen, that means it's probably a better shot of being in there than any of this other stuff we said.
Okay.
Moraine and Lanfear fight to the death.
8.
8.
I think I put this in here. I want to make the argument that this is going to happen before Al-Kherdal. That's like episode 6.
I don't think so.
And that Brand has to do the
6? Are you nuts?
because
No.
7 is going to be the Battle of Two Rivers.
I disagree. Vehemently.
I think
I don't think. Yeah,
I think it would be
I don't
awesome
think so either.
if this show shocked us as well as everybody else by just nope, they're gone now. That's it. And then Bran has to do it.
So Game of Thrones, you killed Ned Stark in episode 8. We're gonna kill Moraine in episode 6.
Right. And then
So 2 up. Here.
that's my
I don't think so.
Okay, that's fine. So episode 8. I
think it's at the end.
is that happening at the same
It's gonna be
time, Rand's?
a big part of the
doing
finale.
whatever
That's
Rand's doing?
probably going to be the biggest. That's going to be the big finale. Not Rand capturing it, fighting Asmodean and capturing it. It's Nynaeve and Moraine is going to be the big finale of the episode.
Lanfear and Moraine?
I'm sorry, Lanfear and Moraine. Yeah, sorry. Lan and Nynaeve are sad that they can't be together. Nynaeve doesn't accept it. Lan leaves. Episode 1.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if they don't leave until like episode 3. All right. Egwene she's given a dream to Angreal by Swan.
So
2.
so I think
This would be after her test, right? Her
Right.
test is in episode 2, so it would be after that, right?
Yeah, let's just lock because we're wavering back and forth on this, right? We're thinking that they're actually not going to leave until episode 2. Like 2 is their travel episode. So
yeah.
So let's put that Nynaeve
They're
land
gonna leave
scene.
after Egwene.
Right. Hey,
In episode 2?
yeah.
So that means Egwene takes her whole accepted test and then they leave?
Yeah.
Yes. They don't leave till episode 2.
Yeah, I mean, you can do the episode. You could somehow get the accepted test in the back half of episode 1, but I think
That's true.
But I actually like it better where it's just like Rand doesn't know what to do. Moraine's trying to insist that he's got to get the Aes Sedai on his side. He's got to like stay here in Tar-Valon and make this work. He's getting torn, and then like if at the end of episode 1 or near the end of episode 1 is the Bubble of Evil attack, and that's his decision. No, we're leaving. I've got to do something for me. But they still take time, right? Like, I feel like Egwene has to have some time in the tower. She has to meet the new people. She has to meet Galad and Gawain, and
So then Moraine not happy with Rand's decision to go to the way should be episode 2 then.
yeah.
Because that can help
Okay.
delay like the actual leaving as there's
Okay.
conversations.
So then the Nynaeve land thing goes to episode 2 also.
Oh yeah, that means Nynaeve. Oh wow, we're gonna have to maybe Egwene's accepted test is episode 1.
It could be, but so you're trying to think like, what's episode 1? First 20 minutes is like the battle.
15 minutes.
50, right? The battle stuff. Probably the Bubble of Evil stuff. Probably some establishing stuff for Caemlyn.
We also think that we have that. We also have Perrin leaving that in episode 1 to go to the Two Rivers. Like Perrin leaves or before the rest of them leave.
Yeah.
All right. Egwene's accepted test. So we have that as the cold open episode 2. Now,
Yeah.
do we feel like we need to move that into episode
No, let's leave it 2. Leave it 2.
Okay. Egwene plays.
So 2 is crazy.
Yeah, 2's gonna have a lot of stuff in it, and we might have to move some stuff into episode 1. Egwene plays around in Teleran Riyadh. The wise ones summon her to the waste to train.
So that's 2. That's her finding out she's got to go with Rand.
Okay. Egwene travels through Tarvalon to the. So we have this. So we're gonna scrap this, right?
Oh, that's
because we said that she was gonna join them later on because we didn't understand how they were gonna go from Falm to the Tower, then to the Waste. Like, why would the Lan and Rand and Moraine all do that? Doesn't make any sense. So I'm gonna take that out because now they're all in Tarvalon.
Right. People have seen a scene of them traveling together to the Waste.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, so Egwene trains with Moraine channeling, right? She's continuing her channeling training.
It's a lot of
Egwene trains with Moraine on the plane.
On the plane.
Yes. Shares some info on what's going on in the White Tower. Elida is there. So this is Egwene giving Moraine some information. Well, we had her giving her information about what's going on in the White Tower, but it sounds like Moraine's going to know that already. So,
right.
Because she's there. So it's just, I guess, Egwene and Moraine... training with channeling. We also know that there's the conversation.
Yeah.
This wouldn't, that scene, the sword fighting practicing scene, and that they said they showed at CCXP, I wouldn't be surprised if that's like outside Tarvalon. And that's episode 1.
I don't know.
Do we want to scrap this more Egwene training with Moraine?
Egwene can't be outside Tarvalon if she didn't take her accepted test yet.
No, I mean, yeah.
No,
why couldn't she be outside Tarvalon?
Because it's going to start with...
She is outside Tarvalon.
So but it's going to start with Loyandrin's thing.
Yeah,
and Nynaeve's already in the tower. So they're not going to have like, we sent Nynaeve early.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Do we want to have a Egwene training with channeling? We just had like a scene in there.
It doesn't have to be with channeling. Yeah. I think that there's going to be definitely like this... Moraine's going to be trying to pass the torch onto her. As like,
so what is that, episode 5 or 6 then? That would be after
towards the end. Yeah. Of like
is this after Moraine sends her letter to Swan?
Yeah, they say episode 6 for this. Like I like she's gonna be trying to get her affairs in order because she knows the clock is ticking.
Okay. Wise Ones explain dream walking. Egwene begs to be trained. Wise Ones agree if she trains as an apprentice Wise One, she promises not to enter Teleran Riyadh.
3.
3, right? That would be before.
Yeah.
What if that's episode 4? Because, right, I feel like there was implications that Egwene was also going to be doing some in a weird...
So that could be episode 4, too. Like, that's... Like, she starts training immediately while they're in Gordian.
Yeah. Okay. Egwene spends time with Avienda as an apprentice and commiserates Lorenzile customs. That would have to be episode 5 then, right?
5 is super bad. Yeah, 5 or 6 though.
Egwene breaks her promise and snoops around in Teleran Riyadh, meeting up with Elaine and Nynaeve. Together they try and spy on the Black Aja.
Is this happening?
6? When did
Is this definitely happening?
Is it happening?
Is that really happening? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, like...
Well, they do that a lot in the books, right? There's a lot of the Egwene and Nynaeve and Elaine and Teleran Riyadh like sharing information, which would be super helpful in a television show where they have to kind of move things along and explain how people know things who are on the other side of the world.
I think this is like early for that, though. I don't know.
Episode 6 is early? Oh, you mean in the show?
No, just like in general in the show. I don't know.
She does do this in the books, right? She breaks her promise to the Wise Ones, and because she goes into Teleran Riyadh when she unsupervised to meet Elaine and Nynaeve. This actually happens in the books.
I think what Jen's saying is like she's already been in Teleran Riyadh a lot in the books by book 4, whereas here she's learning about it in this season. Is she going to be good enough immediately to like?
Well, she doesn't have to be good at it. Plus, she's getting the Dream Tear Angrial early in we said in like the first or second episode. So she's probably going to go into Teleran Riyadh, right? And she's going to meet the Wise Ones in Teleran Riyadh. We have her snooping around already. So, I mean, I think we've got at least 2 episodes of her going into Tel'aran'rhiod already. So,
all right, let's do it. What episode did the girls find out? Did we have that the girls found out that they go to the Panor's Palace?
Let's see.
Same episode. This
I think it's episode 5 or 6.
So whatever that, same one.
Okay. While on Tar Valon, Egwene encounters Forsaken, meeting, learns that Samael is in Caemlyn.
There we go. We locked it in already.
We've got a lot of Egwene and Tel'aran'rhiod in this season, so.
Well, that's a lot. That's something that she should be telling people.
Yes.
Samael
By the way,
is in Caemlyn with your mother.
I happen to notice.
Yeah.
Oh, that was something she would tell Elaine? And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. Right?
Is that why Elaine then goes? No, because they would have. Is that what prompts Elaine to ask Matt to go to Caemlyn?
Because that happens. We're saying that happens earlier.
Maybe
No, we
know
have that happening in the same episode.
that maybe we know
2.
what she's seeing, but she doesn't know who he is. So we can see that this guy now
she
is
doesn't know they're in
Samael,
Caemlyn.
and she doesn't know. No, she just doesn't know that like what she's seeing. She doesn't know who these people are.
She just encounters the
or,
Forsaken having a conversation, but she doesn't know what's going on. So
yeah, she doesn't know. She doesn't understand. But this is how we see that this guy is in.
But we
is
recognize
Samael.
that as Lord Gabriel because we've met him
Right,
already.
right.
But she doesn't
he's
know
also
that.
Samael, the Forsaken.
Okay, I like it.
But I just like. He's not, right?
No.
We know,
Tom,
we're very certain, we don't know, but we're very certain a different actor is cast as Samael. And again, I just want to go back to what we said earlier. The show has...
Are we certain?
No, we're not certain. We're certain that Callum Kerr is Lord Galad. Let's put it that way. So, like...
No,
we're certain
not.
as we were on Tuesday morning,
as we were on
right?
Tuesday.
So, right. And again, like, the show has not shown Masks of Mirrors. I don't know how you're going to...
I don't think we know. You think you like... There's an actor who's going to be the show that you like to be Samael. That's as much as we know.
Fair enough.
Because he's a shorter dude.
This guy's 6 foot, which is 2 inches shorter than Luce there.
Yes.
So he's short. That's it. That's all I need.
Right.
Dana, the actor is what?
Cameron
Oh God,
Jack
what's his name?
Is,
Cameron Jack.
the
Thank
actor
you.
that is likely. Yes, thank you, Lebanon. Is likely Samael. I think there's no. I don't know. I don't know why you would say Samael is in Caemlyn, other than the word Lord Gabriel is used. Like it just doesn't.
Because we're just like cutting Ilian, the whole Ilian storyline out of the Samael and Ilian storyline. We're just moving him into Caemlyn.
Yeah, it does. Like, why else would you have Samael in the like? What would you do with Samael in season 3? Was a question that we had, I guess. But
yeah, that was the other thing. Like, well what's he gonna do if he's in this season?
He's gonna kill Elaine.
He's gonna try to have Elaine killed. Yeah,
right.
He's gonna take up Ravine's story, except he won't die. He'll
go there and do it himself.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll worry about that in season 4. Egwene warns Rand of what she's learned about the Forsaken. So we have Egwene learning about something and then sharing it with Rand.
That is the craziest thing I've ever heard. That literally never happened. Well, not never, but very, very.
Yeah, that's why that's why we're putting it in. Because it's never happened. It didn't happen.
Honestly, I think book 4 is when Egwene stops talking to Rand about anything. It's like when she's right, but like
okay.
So yeah, I think when we originally put this piece in about her discovering the Forsaken are in Caemlyn, it was after everyone else had already been there. It was like towards the end of the season. Like they're in the waste. She can't do anything about this. All of this stuff's already in motion, but now we know. Like now all the characters know. That was the original intent of this scene, was that this was like a back half of the season scene.
Egwene seeing the Forsaken?
And telling Rand about them. Like that was all like...
Okay, let's do it. Let's put it in episode So how about that happens in episode 4 while Elaine's going and doing her training. And then she warns... Sorry, Egwene is doing her training in the Teleran Riad. So then she warns Rand, I guess, the next episode? Episode 5?
Yeah.
After he gets back. And they're on their way to Al-Qadal.
Yeah.
Okay. Egwene admits to the Wise One she broke her promise and does penance.
7.
7?
7.
Okay. We're going to move over to Avienda because we don't really have any big finale for Egwene. She's just kind of being around with Moiraine and Rand when all that stuff happens. So we got Avienda. Avienda is tapped to become a Wise One. Other Aiel bring the message. So I guess that would be episode 1, right?
But it's Avienda. Avienda's also traveling with them.
We think
and
so.
And a bunch of other Aiel, unless they meet some Aiel like outside of... I guess they meet.
Well, we have Aiel like coming. So we originally had Aiel showing up at Falm. Other Aiel, right? Showing up at Falm. And then, one of them brings a message that she needs to go back.
Right.
Well, she could just get a message in her dream. Right? She doesn't have to get a message.
But I think they could do that. I mean, I think they said in season 2 that there are other Aiel looking for the Karkarn. Like, it's not just them.
Four people, one of whom died. Yeah, no, there's a bunch of them out there. I think that, you can still have, like...
So is Avienda in Tarvalon?
So here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say that, right, because there's a thing about the Aiel not wanting to be around Aes Sedai. So, like, she cannot...
Especially, she doesn't... She knows she can channel, So,
I think...
but like Bane and Shiad are in Tarvalon.
Maybe the Aiel are not. Maybe they're like outside. That's what I'm saying. Maybe they're staying outside the city.
Like in one of the towns outside the city?
Just in the just in the
bushes.
Yeah, not in the bushes. Yes, in the bushes. All right. Avienda falls in love with Rand and sleeps with him.
That's you, man. I don't know.
Is that before or after?
Season 3? I think it's after, but you overruled me.
I convinced you. I have a clip of you saying that I've convinced you that this is going to happen. This would be after Ruidian, obviously.
Well, if it's going to be, it should be episode 7. If you're saying that the Lanfear Moiraine showdown is in episode 8, is it going to be prompted by Lanfear going insane about finding out that Rand slept with another woman?
So we have Lanfear in episode 6 luring Rand and trying to convince him to look for objects of the power in Ruidian. So would that be the same episode? Like, are we going to
think you can have Land. I think
you
could have Rand and Avienda sleep together in episode 7, like as one of the brief non-Two Rivers bits. And then that could be your catalyst for Lanfear going, I've tried to be as patient as I can, but I'm just going to have to murder everyone now. I see it. I see what options you've left me with.
Yeah. What is Hadnan Kadir doing at this point?
We don't have Hadnan Kadir in here.
Wait a minute. What do you mean?
We don't have him in here.
How is Asmodia going to travel around? He
travels with the rest of them.
With Hadnan Kadir.
We could cram that in here somewhere.
Whose skin is going to get ripped off?
We haven't even mentioned Asmodian in this.
There's no...
Just that Rand fights him at the end.
Honestly,
he's not mentioned anywhere else in this.
That's the best argument for, like, Lord Gabriel being Asmodian is, like, that gives Asmodian, like, something to do, and then, like...
And what does he just show up at the end and then Rand
right? Like, the plan... He's got a plan with Lanfear, right, that he thinks is we're going to lure Rand in to find this stuff, and then we're going to take it, right? Except Lanfear's real plan is we're going to lure Rand in to find this stuff. You're going to come. I'm going to capture you for him, and then I'm going to take it. Like, which is basically what the actual plan is, right? In the books, again.
This is so stupid. I think I like it, and I want to put it in here.
I was going to say, what about when they get back to the Cold Rocks Hold? There's like a peddler train outside. That's when we meet them, and that's when we first see Asmodean, and then his skin can get ripped off.
Oh my God, Tom! I kind of like what you're doing just because it sounds so stupid. That it might be actually true. Let's establish Lord Gabriel, and then he's working in those Forsaken Tea Party. He's there with Lanfear. They're working together. They have plans, and then he shows up at the end in Ruidian, or I'm sorry, not Ruidian, Al Kirdal.
There's no connection between those two stories.
No, there is. Well, Lanfear would be the connection.
No, but he's doing one thing, and if he's Raveen and Samael, then he's
not Samael.
Working.
That's what I'm saying. He's Raveen.
No, I'm saying if he is Samael, then those two stories connect by like Elaine.
Well, no, wait. But Samuel's storyline has nothing to do with Elaine ever.
That's true.
He's in places where he is.
One time. He's in a place that she is. Like his whole storyline is about trying to outfox the other Forsaken and defeat Rand in battle. Like he doesn't care about Elaine. Like it's not a consideration to him. Like I don't mind it, whatever.
But I think
it works. I think both work.
We think, but there's also the audition script with Samael as well that we think is Samael. But it's so weird because that would be like an Asmodean type, right? We have to go back and read it, but I don't remember why we didn't think it could potentially be Asmodean. It was just a very weird scene that we might not even be in the show.
The audition script's character started with an S, and they're like,
well, but all the
Asmodean.
Yes.
Asmodean. Oh my God.
I don't know.
We're never gonna finish this. It's gonna be another week
done.
now.
We have like 2 things left.
Well, we got to put Asmodean. We got to fit Asmodean in here. We didn't. Well, let's finish Avienda. Well, let's finish these, and then we'll go back and we'll put in some finishing touches. All right. Avienda gets punished by the Wise Ones during doing useless tasks. Are we gonna get that in there at all, or you just want to cut that?
The same thing. Whatever episode that we had that. Egwene admits that the same
break.
Yeah,
she broke her promise. Okay, that's episode 7. Avienda confrontation with Couladin, getting defensive about Rand. So this is kind of like your first thing that she's defending Rand against Couladin, not like physically, but like kind of show the audience that she kind of has something for Rand.
3?
Well, we have the Couladin. Let's see. We have a Couladin. That's we have the encounter with Couladin.
So I say 3 because I don't think Couladin and Rand are next to each other again until the end.
Yeah. So we learned that Avienda can channel. I'm gonna say that's episode 1.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Okay. Avienda begins her Wise One training. Reluctantly gives up her spears. So that would be 4.
5. 5. She gives us her spears in 4, right? And then 4. So
yeah, 4.
Yeah. Avienda and Egwene don't like each other. There's tension due to Rand.
1. I don't know if they're gonna do this this again. Because it looks like they're Elaine's just gonna be back in the tower. But if there's an opportunity to do it, it's episode 1.
I mean. But there wouldn't be, at this point, why would there be tension between them?
That was your thing. You wanted them not to like each other.
I'm not saying that doesn't make sense. I'm saying it doesn't make sense in episode 1. There would have to be some sort of Rand Avienda interactions first, before that.
I don't think there will be.
Whatever you think, man. This is your baby. So.
I'm going to put this in episode 3.
Okay.
While training as a Wise One with Egwene, Avienda becomes friends with her.
What was that? 5 or 6? 5.
Let's see. We have Egwene going into Teleron Riyadh in episode 4.
But, right.
But this one doesn't have to be. This would be after. Okay, this is after her going through the Viridian. That makes sense. Episode 5. Avienda tells Egwene about sleeping with Rand. If they're sleeping together in episode 7.
No, I don't.
Episode 8?
Is it just assumed that does she need to tell her, or is it like everybody knows?
I don't know, man. I feel like you've shoehorned this event into this season, and then you're asking us.
Listen.
I just don't.
If Avienda and Rand do not sleep together in this season, I will put on a bikini top. I'm just kidding.
Too late. Already seen it.
Too late.
It can happen, and I think you're convincing me it was like Rand should sleep with someone in every season. I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. But like,
well, he's gonna sleep with someone in this season. I think we just by process of elimination, it was like, well, Avienda makes the most sense.
Yeah, it's got to be 8.
Right after she sleeps,
right.
So episode 8. Okay, maybe the beginning of episode 8.
When Lanfear's going on the rampage, and
she overhears it. She overhears it, Lanfear.
Or Queen's just like, why is she so mad? Well, I slept with him.
Okay, Avienda goes to Riridian through the. Well, she goes through the ring. I put glass columns. I think we said that there's just going to be one, like Tirangriel, that everybody goes through. Or did we say that? Or did we not agree with that?
Right. Whatever.
I don't know why one Tirangriel would show a person multiple things about themselves, and another one would walk through the same one and see their ancestors' lives.
Maybe because he's a man and she's a woman.
Sexist.
Not really.
That's why you have to be naked when you.
So the glass column can find out. Would you?
Can an inanimate object be sexist?
I don't think it's the object that I'm concerned. I think.
What? Just explanation. Right. My explanation of how the object works is sexist.
Why they could just be two things. It's fine.
Okay. Wise ones explain the history. So now we're going into just general wise one stuff. Wise ones explain the history of Riridian.
3.
Okay. Or 4. Do you think it could be the day?
No, I think they're there.
No, I guess it would be on the way there, right? Yeah, on the way there. That makes more sense. Ruark is introduced as Amisa's husband and clan chief. He shares some warrior culture information about the Aiel, clans, sept societies, etc.
3?
Do they
because
meet?
we're saying Land meets the clan chiefs in 3, so yeah.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, that would have to go together. Couladin enters the picture as a dick extraordinaire along with the Shido clan, which I think we already kind of put this in there.
3.
In episode 3.
So 3, all the Aiel stuffs.
Yeah, I'm gonna just take out the other thing because it's kind of like a duplicate of that. Couladin is not buying Rand as Kara Karn, so that would have to be. Would that be episode 4? No. This is like.
Oh, after.
This is like more of a why he's going into Riridian type of thing, or into Riridian type of thing. This is BS, or is that afterwards when he comes out? He's got the.
If it's about going into Riridian, then it's 3.
Well, no. Is this? Do we see this as him not thinking that Rand should go to Riridian because he's not the Kara Karn, or is this like Rand comes out of with the markings and Couladin's like, I'm still not buying it?
No, it's gotta be before because he doesn't even. Like, he leaves. He leaves.
Episode 4 then.
And he immediately is just going for Al-Khadral, right? Basically.
Okay, so it's episode 4 then. I'm going to put it right.
3.
That
4? I think they're talking about this like a conversation before.
Well, if they're going to go,
if
Rand's going into Riridian episode 4, I could see this happening like right before that. Like Couladin saying, wait, why? He can't go. That's not. And the wise one's like, shut up. He's going. And then he goes in.
I thought the whole episode was like going into Riridian, not like.
I don't think so. I don't think we're going to get 50, 60 minutes of in Riridian. That's not going to happen.
Well, we did put a couple of other things in this episode.
Yeah, but I mean, there's got to be like. So you think at the end of episode 3 is like Rand they leave to go into the Riridian, and then episode 4 it starts in Riridian.
Well, it starts with them like walking up to. There's no other conversation with other people.
I don't think we're getting like 60 minutes in Riridian or 50 minutes in Riridian.
No, but it starts. It's like 7 minutes in heaven.
I think you're going to get like between Moraine's stuff, Rand's stuff. That's probably 20 minutes a pop, give or take. Plus, you've got You got Egwene in the
20 minutes. That's so
a
long.
lot of scenes, man.
It's like Nynaeve's accepted test.
Yeah, that was 15 minutes.
Yeah, but that's her accepted test where you're first like this is
Rand's going to see the history of the Aiel. That's going to be a lot. Moiraine's going to be
that's going to be a lot.
Might not be that much.
That,
She's going to be seeing all these alternate lives. That's going to be at least like a big set piece. You have Egwene going through the dream world. We say seeing Forsaken and doing a bunch.
You both.
And then didn't we put in a couple of scenes from episode like that are not related to any of this stuff in episode 4? Then we put in something in the Two Rivers, something else.
No, there's no Two Rivers in episode 4. We have Matt, Min, and Tom arriving in Tanchico. And a sea folk ship with women putting shirts on. Which we're not even sure is going to happen.
Cram it in. Get it in.
Okay. All right. Moved it for both of you. Couladin is, here we go. Here's Asmodean. Couladin is buddy with a Wetlander bard who's been feeding him delusions of grandeur. There he is. That's how Asmodean's introduced.
6.
So this 5. Is after all of a sudden we've met Couladin in episode 3. He's in a lot of it now because we put all these Couladin scenes in episode 3, and then like 2 episodes later we're like, oh look, here's a guy he's been hanging out with.
If you have gens, like when they get to the Cold Rocks Hold, there's just this guy here with a bunch of tinkers or with a bunch of traders, whatever. And then you're like, okay, whatever, that's cool. And then in the next episode, he's like hanging out with Couladin more than right.
Okay.
He's like, come here,
because it's Rand and all the Aiel are moving to Al-Herdal, right? But the Shido are off by themselves, but they're like traveling with them just in a separate pack, and those. So like, they just have.
Here's the problem. We've seen Couladin with the tattoos, the fake tattoos in the teaser, right? He would have to have presumptuously gone into Ruidian to get those. So are you saying that like after everybody else is out of Ruidian,
he never goes. He never goes.
Doesn't he just say he went to Ruidian?
No, I know he never goes. But what I'm saying is, at what point are we then to believe that he went into Ruidian? Like if there's a race to Arkadal, that means Couladin already presumptuously went into Ruidian and has the tattoos. It doesn't make it.
Nobody is supposed to believe that he actually went in. Nobody's supposed to believe that. He's
no, like, I know that, but Asmodean is the one who gives him the tattoos. So now you're not bringing Asmodean in until after that.
That's what it happened. Yeah, but
after the fact,
that's what happens in the books. Asmodean.
No, Asmodean's in it from early on. Well, before that, he's established.
No. They go into They show up in the books. They go to Ruidian. They just go there. That's the first thing that happens.
Yeah.
And Asmodean shows up after that. They meet the Tinkers. Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes. They're on the mountain. They're on Chandar. That's where they show up. And then like it's like an hour, and then they go in. Like there's no time. As they're traveling, they meet like the peddlers' wagons show up as they're traveling across the waste. But yeah, like there's never.
Everyone in chat saying Tom's right, so we can
chat.
Just put it there. So what episode is that? Episode 6?
Yeah, I think right. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Savannah, Couladin's brother's wife, or whoever she's going to be, he's dead. Couladin wants to be clan chief, so she attaches herself to him.
Also 6.
6.
Okay. So this is after he goes to Rand and then go to Ruidian. Okay. Couladin pretends to enter Ruidian without Wise One's approval.
Yeah. Like that could just be in episode 8 when he shows that he's got the marks on his arm.
So we're not going to see him.
No, because I think it's just like he's just like he doesn't need to convince anybody behind him, right? Pardon me.
When
all he needs to do is convince them
when
that
he wants to go in the No, I mean, but like in the books, isn't there a scene where he wants to go and the wise ones are telling him not to? So you're saying that's not going to happen till episode 8?
No.
Or that's not happening at all?
3?
Actually, wait, no.
When he's arguing, if he's arguing with them about like not wanting Rand to go, it should be in that.
You're saying
scene.
that he's gonna reveal that he pretended to go to Meridian? Like, I don't.
No, he's just gonna be like, I went to Meridian. I have the tattoos.
Okay.
Like, who the fuck cares? He didn't actually go.
I guess the question is, are we going to get a scene of him wanting to go to Meridian?
I think we put this in, right?
Yes.
We put this in because I think
episode 3.
So that's all episode 3.
Yeah, because I think we had said they're not going to have Muradin like also in the in the columns ripping his eyes out. Like that had already happened, and now he's trying to be the next guy. They're like, you're not ready, and then he gets even more pissed, and they let this guy in.
Yeah. Okay.
Like Morden could just, he died in there. That's like all we really need to know.
We don't even need to know he died in there. We just need to know that he died and they need a new clan chief and cool it.
No, but I think it'd be cool if like.
Because then you've established that another clan chief died. Because Muradin's never the clan chief. A clan chief dies and then Muradin wants to be the clan chief. So he goes in, but he doesn't make it. So you could just skip the Muradin part. But you can just skip the Muradin part. You can just say that the Shido clan chief died and Couladin wants to be the clan chief. Like you can cut that part out. You don't need to add it in there.
You don't like the fact that Rand is going in knowing, you might not make it out because this guy just died. This guy's brother just died.
Oh, you want to establish that people could
just, you don't have to say he clawed his eyes out. You can just say he died. He didn't make it. Like not everybody just goes in and comes out.
Well, does Rand see him then?
Yeah, I like that. I like, hey, we've been waiting. My brother hasn't even come out of there. And, like, you're going to let this guy in. You won't let me in to go find my brother. You won't let me go in to be the next clan chief. You're going to let this. You
just want to kind of, that helps establish,
that gives Couladin more of a, something more for him. Like, I got to go in there. My brother went in. Now there's just, like, a little bit more.
It gives him, like, it gives him some personal reason to hate Rand and not just, like, I'm a xenophobe.
All right, I'm just going to make a note of Rand seeing Muradin dead then during that whole set piece. The race to Alcair Dal.
Yeah.
So we have Cold Rocks. We have a journey in Cold Rocks in episode 5. So it would be episode 6.
Yeah, I think episode 6 should be we've got it like Rand's like, I'm going to do this. And they're like, the Shido left last night. We've got to go. And then episode 7 is mostly not that. And so you're like wondering what's going to happen. Yes. And then you get back to it.
Okay. Couladin reveals fake dragon tattoos, takes Shido, heads towards Dragon Wall. Yeah. That's episode 8, right? And then I have hot clothes, wave of spears headed towards Kyrien.
Yeah, you go 8. Yeah.
Which would be the end of episode 8. All right. Do you want me to read through these episodes now and we can adjust?
No, we can adjust.
Dust and adjust. Well, do you want to hear? We just put a bunch of stuff in here, kind of arbitrarily, not totally arbitrarily, but we might read through it and be like, "Wait a sec, this doesn't make any sense." So I'm just going to read through each episode.
Okay.
Okay. We have the Black Aja flee the White Tower. Women shredding each other. Bonkers scene. We have a bubble of evil happening in this with Rand and the mirrors that we saw in the teaser. We have, all right, Perrin hears about White Cloaks in the Two Rivers and decides to leave. Bane and Shia go with him to meet Avienda's Toe. Loyal, of course, goes with them as well, and they all travel the ways. This is all.
We don't have anything about the Camelin royal family being. Oh,
I didn't get there yet.
It sounded like you were done.
Like you were done.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And this is episode
1. I'm not even halfway through it.
So keep going. It's 10:40. Come on.
Meet the Trakans. We're going to get a whole scene meeting them. Nynaeve reveals Leandrin is Black Aja to the Hall. Well, that's going to happen in the, what's it called? In the blackout, in the first scene. All right, I'm moving that up there. Elaine and Rand relationship established. He finds her fascinatingly intelligent. So we did put this in here. I forgot about this. Is Rand even going to have any kind of relationship with Elaine?
Yes. There's no other time for that to be established than now.
Okay. So So we have Meet the Trakans separate. So Meet the Trakans in this sense is Gawain and Galad. They're already in the White Tower. That's our Meet the Trakan scene that we're talking about. Now there's a separate scene back in Camelin with Morghese and I guess Lord Gabriel now. Morghese sends Elaida to the White Tower to find out about Elaine with Gawain and Galad. So that's because, so this is all screwed up because of the teaser. Is Gawain and Galad going to start in the White?
No, I think they're all going to get set. And I wouldn't even put them in until episode 2 is getting there. Maybe the end of episode 1 as they arrive. Right.
But you don't think they're going to be?
I think they are. I think you're going to have a whole Camelin royal court establishing like they get sent. Mm-hmm. Like, and then episode 2 is when they get there.
Well, we do. We have Elaida showing up at the White Tower in episode 2. I guess the question was, are Gawain and Galad with her, or they're already in the White Tower? Okay. So I'm going to put that in here. Okay. So then I'm going to cut out the Meet the Trakans part because this is we have a Camelin scene with Morghese and Elaida. She sends the Elaida to go find out what's going on with Gawain and Galad and Elaine. Oh no, to find out what's going on with Elaine, sending Gawain and Galad with them. Do we want to put a Gabriel? Is Gabriel going to do something in this?
He's going to be we get a sleazy and
just Gabriel established.
Yeah, it's going to be established. I don't know. All I know about it is that he's probably going to put his hands over his ears a lot. That's what I got from the picture of him. It's very loud in the castle.
I'm going to put Gabriel's established as sus. All right. Then we have Rand deciding to go to the Waste. Lanfear warns Rand that the other Forsaken are loose and he needs to become more powerful. Lanfear also threatens him to stay away from Moraine. We're going to get Rand having some Lews Therin's voices in his head. Moraine feeling the weight of her failures based on Swan's conversation for season 2 and decides she's rededicating herself to Rand's destiny. Moraine and Lan have a normal conversation showing us that they're all better. Then we learn that Aviendha is channel and she's tapped to become a wise one. From other Aiel, I guess. Oh. That's our episode 1. To Race the Shadow, by the way. This is the title of episode 1. Right. We know this for sure. Okay. Episode 2. And we'll have to pick a name for this one after I read it. Egwene's accepted test is the cold open. Elaida shows up at the White Tower with Galad and Gawain. Asks Lyanna where Elaine is. Swan enlists the girls to hunt the Black Aja. We get the Mat fighting Galad and Gawain, so I guess that's really quick. Mat becomes lucky and has a lucky night. Elaine asks Mat to deliver a letter to her mom to let her know she's okay. Okay. Elaida, I don't know why. Yeah, whatever. Elaida converses with Elaine, Egwene, Nynaeve, and Min. Elaida talks to Min about her gift. She can foretell and talks about the key to winning the last battle is the royal line of Andor. This is potentially a different scene or something similar that I think was an audition script, Elaida and Min scene. We're going to have Nynaeve, Elaine, and Min go to Tanchico on a seafolk vessel, smash and grab job. I like that note there. We have Perrin meets Fael in the Two Rivers, who's hunting for the horn. Hopper calls Perrin into the wolf dream, warns him about Slayer, shows him and explains dying in the wolf dream is forever. Loyal's with him. Perrin interacts with Tam and Abel, steps up. So we see that Abel, the Cothins have changed. Natty's the wisdom. Perrin also finds out his parents are dead. Lord Luke is there, and Perrin immediately mistrusts him. Fael is established as a tough character, and she befriends Bane and Chiad. And then over in the Waste, we have Egwene playing around in Teleran Riyadh. The Wise Ones summon her to the Waste to train. Moraine is not happy with Rand's decision to go to the Waste. Lan decides to teach Rand how to properly use a sword. They bond, Lan shares his past and his destiny of death. Moraine has her dream invaded by Lanfear, who warns her away from Rand and the consequences. Moiraine learns that the Forsaken are free. Although we have Rand learning that the Forsaken are free when Lanfear visits him. Would he tell Moiraine, do you think? Like, do we need her to learn separately or? No, right?
I think I'll probably tell her.
Yeah, we could probably take that part out. Okay. Lan and Nynaeve are sad that they can't be together. Nynaeve doesn't accept that Lan leaves. Well, we have.
I think the girls leave was
first,
at the end of the episode.
We have more. Nynaeve, Elaine, and... Okay. All right, and then Egwene is given a dream. So
right
Egwene has
after
to be
the
given
test.
the dream to Angriel earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that would happen early, but before she,
Right.
The wise ones. All right, so that is episode 2. Now we have some names here. We have A Question of Crimson, He Who Comes with the Dawn, Seeds of Shadow, Teleran Riyadh, The Road to the Spear, The Shadow in the Night.
Question of Crimson works here if it's the first Elida heavy episode.
Yeah, there's too much. You don't want to have 2 shadows in a row. There's a lot of ones with shadow in them.
Okay. Next episode 3. Cold open is Perrin in the Two Rivers. Shows up in the Two Rivers. Tam takes him to surprise Varen and Alana. We also then have a rescue mission in here with Perrin. What else we got in here? So we got Perrin rounds up the farmers back to the town.
I think he rounds them up.
Is that after or before the rescue mission?
In the books, it's like he's going
After.
to rescue them, and he's getting recruits and sending everybody back to the town at the same time. Like this is like, yeah, it's like part of his like.
Okay, so we'll put that before the rescue mission.
Wait, I thought that's what he was doing when.
No,
they
I think
go
he goes out and he's like,
and they
he's convincing
get
people to go back
attacked
to the
by
town,
Trollocs.
and like
That's just a Trolloc raid.
he's getting people that end up helping him on the rescue mission because that's where.
Yeah.
And after the like in the books, it's like he does that, they rescue, and he's like, and now we hunt Trollocs. Yep.
They
'Cause remember, it's
rescue
not just him
from
and
the White Cliffs?
he's got like about 15 or 20
okay.
Two Rivers men with him at that point. Yeah.
Okay, no, that makes sense. I'm just trying to put this in order, like Perrin's stuff in order that it would happen. Fael has feelings for Perrin, but he pushes her away because of Layla. And then Bane and Chiad hanging out with Fael. I guess those can happen whichever, either way. The rescue mission is probably the last part of Perrin, that storyline for this episode. We've got Matt going to Caemlyn to deliver the letter to Morghese. Matt meets Tom and Caemlyn. He overhears a nefarious plot to kill Elaine. Matt goes to Tanchico, or he leaves for Tanchico. And then Nynaeve. Jen, move your poker out of there. I can't read this.
What? Oh. What? What? Where?
There you go. You got to, yeah, thank you. No, move it. Move it. No, get
Where
it off
are
the
you?
episode. Thank
It's
you.
off.
No, it wasn't. It was right in front of the episode, and I couldn't read
All right,
the...
well, I'm moving it in other parts of the screen, and
Doesn't
I'm
make
not
a
even
difference
on
wherever you
Miro.
left it.
It's moving.
Go
Don't worry.
ahead. Well,
Wherever you
okay,
left it, it was
go ahead.
blocking, so I couldn't read. Sorry. I don't even know what this
where you
says. Oh, Nynaeve, Elaine, and Min stayed in an inn pretending to be Aes Sedai. Okay. That's the
In
Tanchico
Tanchico.
story and Caemlyn storyline. We have Elida finds out that Swan sent Elaine out of the White Tower. This is the straw that breaks the camel back. Elida's intent on bringing down Swan. You're going to want to make this a question of Crimson. Drums up support. Alviarin's involved in this. She kind of sides with Elida and starts, doing her thing. Varen and Alana are in the Two Rivers searching for girls who can channel. That would probably have to be towards the beginning, I guess, right? Elida is intent. Okay, we talked about that already. Okay, so the girls. Oh, the Black Aja are set up. We're gonna get a Black Aja scene. Black Aja are set up in the Lady's Manor. Moghedien arrives and takes control. We've also got White Cloak scene establishing that they're working together and corrupting. Oh, this is Perrin and Fane. Dane and Fane, or Fane and the White Cloaks. This is a scene to establish that they're working together, and that Fane is corrupting Dane against Perrin. Over in the Waste, we have Rand learns about his heritage from the Wise Ones on the journey to Iridian. Couladin enters the picture as a dick extraordinaire along with the Shido clan. Avienda confronts Couladin, getting, this is probably one scene, all of this stuff. Couladin is not buying Rand his car, and that would be all that. Couladin pretends to enter Iridian without, or I guess asks to enter Iridian. To enter Iridian with that. So this is probably all one scene. It's a lot of Couladin stuff in here. We have Moraine going tete-a-tete with the Wise Ones. Lan and meets the Aiel clan chiefs who honor him. We learn about his exploits in the Aiel War. We got Ruark as well introduced here. Zamis' husband, sharing about the warrior culture of the Aiel, blah, 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 blah. Avienda and Egwene don't like each other, tension due to Rand, and Wise Ones explain the history of Ruidian. The Ruidian stuff, probably going to be earlier, maybe with the Couladin or before Couladin. All right. That is episode 3. We've got He Who Comes with the Dawn, Seeds of Shadow, Teleran Riyadh, The Road to the Spear, or The Shadow in the Night.
Seeds of Shadow.
Yeah.
Okay. Episode 4.
Right.
There is no cold open in this episode. All right. We have a couple of things happening outside of the Aiel Waste storyline. We have Matt and Tom and Min arrive in Tanchico. Although, don't we have...
Min is not with him anymore, so it's just Matt and Tom, right?
Did we pull Tom?
Min's with the girls.
Yes. Okay, so Matt and Tom arrive in Tanchico. All right. We got a Seafolk ship coming to shore when we're putting shirts on. I don't even know if this makes sense anymore.
Yeah, I know.
That was a cold open.
We locked it in.
We really had that scene laid out there. But we have Nynaeve, Elaine, and Min going to Tanchico on a Seafolk vessel. So maybe that's in episode 2 with that scene. We'll put that over there in episode 2.
I think it'd be funny if when they pull away from shore, they take their shirts off.
Yes.
And Nynaeve is like fully flustered.
Yeah, and they just put on some party music. All right. Then the Aiel stuff, we have the Wise Ones explaining dream walking. Egwene begs to be trained, agrees if she trains to be apprentice Wise One. She promises not to enter Teleran Riyadh without them. While in Teleran Riyadh, Egwene encounters a Forsaken meeting. Avienda begins her Wise One training, reluctantly giving up the spears. We got Moraine going into Iridian, Avienda going into Iridian, Rand going into Iridian. All of that stuff happens in the episode.
Yes.
And that is, we think that's what, Road to the Spear? Okay. All right. Episode 5, Forsaken Tea Party. Lanfear, Magi, Samael, Asmodean set up plans. New Nameless, one has spoken to the Dark One. We have Varen and Alana discover that Matt's sisters can channel. Varen is interested in Perrin's Taviranness. We have a Tinker attacked by the... So wait, let's go... Let me put this down here. We're going to come back to that in a second. We got White Cloaks in Tanchico, establishing order, set up in the Padarch's Palace. Carradine is leading them. Elaine, Nynaeve, and Min meet a local named Aguinan who helps them find the Black Aja. We got Moghedien visiting the girls to investigating the 2 Aes Sedai who have arrived in Tanchico. That's the girls pretending to be Aes Sedai. Okay, so now we've got all the parent stuff, and I'm not really sure what order this happens. So we've got, there's a Trolloc raid. Is this before or after the Tinkers?
Wait.
Before.
Yeah, I think the way I pictured
the Tinkers
it,
maybe
I think
help him
we
heal,
originally
or?
talked about it was like he gets into a fight with the Trollocs. He goes to the Tinkers for like healing. He tries to convince them to come. They don't. They get attacked by Trollocs.
Okay.
But like neither of those Trolloc attacks have to be on screen.
It's a lot. It's a lot of Trolloc. So it's just like, so the last we see of Perrin is the rescue mission. Then all of a sudden we see him and he's wounded.
You end the rescue mission with him going, okay, we're going to go hunt Trollocs now. And then Rordian episode happens, some time passes. And now you see like, hey, we've been hunting Trollocs for like weeks. We got ambushed by one.
What if they're with the...
Yeah.
What if they're hunting Trollocs? They run into the Tinkers. They hang out with the Tinkers, and the Tinkers get attacked by Trollocs. Well, Perrin's there, and he gets wounded.
No, but the Tinkers come to the Two Rivers because they got attacked by Trollocs, even though they didn't want to come.
So we're gonna put that whole thing. We're gonna have like multiple Tinker scenes in this. You think? You think we're gonna get that many Tinker scenes?
Well, are they gonna come to the Two Rivers and? But
I was thinking this all happens in one episode, right? Like Perrin's, they're out on raid, like you said. They're looking for hunting Trollocs. They run into Tinkers. They try to convince them to go back to the town. They hang out with them for a little while. You know, that all ensues. We have Perrin telling Fael the truth about Layla. He asked them to come to the Two Rivers, but they refuse. Fael dancing the Sassara camp. And then maybe the attack can happen then after that. Like, or at the end of like the Tinker scene, and then they say, okay, you know what, we're gonna have to come back because the Trollocs are, like, they changed their mind basically because, and maybe they have to help Perrin, you know, bring him to Alana, and I don't know.
I'm okay with
Perrin for healing.
All right, you just want to change. Right. Just want to change the book, then fine.
The show.
I mean, the more we change the book, the closer we are to.
I don't mind that. I think you could literally just get away with like. You don't even see Trollocs in this episode. You just hear about them and like save money. And just like Perrin leaves and then they come in like the next day. Or he's wounded in the beginning. So Perrin doesn't get and wounded he stays with them. And then like the next day they leave to go back to the Two Rivers.
It starts with like the end of a Trolloc, right? Like
they're getting away
with
and
Trollocs.
they come across the Tinkers. Yeah.
All right. So then it starts with Fael helping Perrin when he gets wounded during the Trolloc raid. Perrin could then tell Fael the truth about Layla after he's wounded. Then they run into the Tinkers on the way back. Perrin tries to convince them to go back to the Two Rivers, but they refuse. There's the Sassara dance in the Tinker camp that captivates Perrin. And then the Tinkers are attacked by Trollocs. Okay. We've got the journey to Colrock's Hold with another with a shadow spawn attack. Like, so that would be 2 shadow spawn attacks in this episode. Avienda is assigned to teach Rand the Aiel ways. Moraine and Lan have a conversation about what she saw in Ruidian. Lan's in denial about that. Egwene spends time with Avienda, and they become friends. Egwene learns a lot of Aiel customs. This gives Egwene also has an opportunity now to tell Rand what she saw in Teleran Riyadh, her encounter with some of the Forsaken plotting. And then while training as Wise Ones, I already said this, Egwene and Avi become friends.
Okay.
Or close. We've got He Who Comes with the Dawn, Teleran Riyadh, or The Shadow in the Night.
The Shadow in the Night. You have 2 attacks. Maybe 3 nighttime attacks in this episode. So, yeah.
In the night.
Okay. All right. Episode 6. We got a cold open Tom flashback with Morghese finds out Tarangale is going to murder her. Do we keeping this in there now with this whole Lord Gabriel thing going on?
Yes.
Like if this is pardon me, we don't have a lot for Tom to do. He's just kind of around here. But like, I think there's an opportunity in light of the Morghese character description to further tie in Tom to like that period of her life.
Well, you know what we forgot? going back to this. We didn't put Aramin picking up the sword. Like, when do we think that's going to happen after the Trollocs attack the Tinkers?
It could be this episode. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's probably episode 7. Maybe it's episode 7 that he decides he wants to help. Okay. All right. So we're leaving in this Tom flashback with Morghese. Elida and company barge into the Amarlin study and shield Swan. Basically, this is the coup. We also have Elida taking the Amarlin seat and spouting her nonsense at some point, probably later on in the episode. I forgot about we put this stuff in here. We have the Saldaeans capturing Tame with the help of Aes Sedai. Don't forget about that part.
I forgot about that part.
We also have Alviar. Yeah. We also have Alviar murdering Swan, paving the way for. Oh no, this would happen earlier. So this would be early in the episode. Alviarin murders Swan. No.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Why do we have Alviarin murdering Swan to pave the way as Amarlin? No, she just murders Swan afterwards, after the capture. We don't need that part. Sorry. That doesn't make any sense. So after maybe even after Elida takes the seat, Alviarin murders Swan. So, Carradine is revealed to be a dark friend. He's consorting with the Andron by way of Moghedian. Aguinan is revealed to be a Seanchan and has Rima and Saldam captured. All right, Two Rivers side, we have Perrin comes to term with Layla's death. Well, how about Loyal figures out the Trollocs coming from the Waygate? Let's do that first. Perrin comes to term with Loyal's death. He sleeps with Fael, and then we have a set piece with Perrin.
Layla's death.
Layla's death, sorry. Whose death did I say?
Loyal.
Oh, with Layla's death.
Same letters.
Perrin sleeps with Fael. Then we have a Perrin in Teleran Riyadh set piece with Slayer, potential Tower Genji. There's a fight. Slayer kills some wolves. Okay. In the Waste, we have Moraine sending a letter to Swan. That never makes it to her. We have Egwene training with Moraine, keeping up with her channeling. Egwene breaks her promise and snoops around in Teleran Riyadh, meeting up with Elaine and Nynaeve. They spy on the Black Aja. We got Lanfear luring Rand to find objects of the One Power in Viridian. I don't know how that makes any sense because they're already left the Viridian at this point, right? We just pulling that out, or are we putting that like in?
Pull it out.
Is that earlier? Is that in like episode 3?
No. Pull it out.
Everyone's stumped on this one. Should we just pull it out? All right, pulling it out. Savannah is Couladin's brother's wife. His brother's dead, as we've seen in the previous episode. Couladin wants to be clan chief, so she attaches herself to him. Couladin is buddy-buddy with a Wetlander bard who's been feeding him delusions of grandeur. There's a race to Al-Kerdal. Oh, this is supposed to be here. Sorry. That's it. That's episode 6.
6.
We have 2. He Who Comes with the Dawn or Teleran Riyadh.
Yes.
I guess it's Teleran Riyadh, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. All right. Episode 7, which we know is titled Golden Eyes. Cold Open is the wise ones talking about Wetlander plans. Are they scheming? Sweat tent scene. We have Matt and gang go to rescue the girls in the palace. Oh God, I have this in here twice. How did this?
Matt and gang.
All right.
Is that Tom?
Yes. Yeah, I guess it's just Tom at this point because I think maybe we had Min at one point, but not anymore.
Okay.
So Matt and Tom go to rescue the girls in the palace. Matt kills Carradine. Again, smuggles the girls into the palace, I guess.
Yes.
So that would happen first. Carradine sets a trap to capture Elaine and Nynaeve in the palace, orchestrated by Samael. So first Again would smuggle them in. Carradine has set a trap to capture them. Matt and Tom go in to rescue them. Matt kills Carradine. I'm going to jump down to the Two Rivers. Egwene admits to the Wise Ones that she broke her promise and does penance. Aviendha gets punished as well for doing something. Maybe that doesn't happen, but Aviendha falls in love and sleeps with him, with Rand. On the Two Rivers side, Fael's forced to leave from the Two Rivers by Perrin and goes to get Saldaean army. Loyal goes with Bane and Chiad to close the Waygate. Perrin meets up with Dane to offer himself for White Cloaks in exchange for help with the Trollocs. Perrin, there's the Battle of the Two Rivers. Saldeans show up to help. White Cloaks chicken out. Loyal, Bane and Chiad close the Waygate. And after that's all done, Perrin shrugs off the White Cloaks, Golden Eyes cheer.
Are you going to put something about Aram in here?
Right.
Yeah, I think we got to put Aram. Aram helps. I'll put that in the Battle of Two Rivers.
You definitely want to have the kind of modern splitting of the Way of the Leaf to reflect what happened to the Aiel all those generations ago.
Okay. All right. Last episode, He Who Comes with the Dawn, because that's the last thing we have left. We got an Age of Legends cold open, Lews Therin mad post killing his family. Let's do this stuff. Sorry, last. While helping the girls hunt Black Aja, Matt stumbles along a cache of magical items that goes in the doorway. This is while he's there, while in the palace. I'm gonna fix this. While in the palace, Matt stumbles along a cache of magical items and goes into the doorway. We get the whole Finn scene.
We put it in.
Oh my God, we put this in. Not Nynaeve. No, I'll get to it in a second. Nynaeve and Moghedien duel in Tanchico. They escape with the bracelets and the Panarch. But going back to the Finland, Matt hangs from a tree in Meridian. We're keeping that in there. He gets kicked out of Finland.
I don't like anything about.
I don't like it.
Matt not going to Meridian in the first place. So yeah, I don't know. And this answers. There's a question in chat. Just when does Matt meet Melindra and get to sleep with her? And this gives him an opportunity to do that early in season 4.
Yeah, that'll happen later. Aviendha tells Egwene about sleeping with Rand. Maybe Lanfear overhears that conversation. We also have Valda. Sorry, let's talk about this first. Valda recruiting Galad in this. We also have a scene of that going on in this episode, by the way. So let's throw that. We threw that in there. Back to the waist. Aviendha tells Egwene about sleeping with Rand. Couladin reveals his fake dragon tattoos. Then the Shido head to the Dragon Wall. We get Rand's proclamation of the Kar Karn. Maureen and Lanfear fight. Rand capture Asmodean.
I have to say,
close, wave of spears headed towards Kyriet.
Lock it up. Lock it in. That's it.
That's it. Book it. End of episode.
Lock it in.
Gosh.
All right.
No.
Do we need to add any more commentary to this, or I think we've talked about this enough?
Leave it.
I think we need to just
percolate.
We just need to let it go and leave it as is.
Let it sit.
That's it.
We made it. I will put. We will post this on the website for people to see, and I'll put the link in the show notes to this. So
if we get like more castings or something that would change this, Are we going to like just pop back into an episode or two and like shift, or are we locking it up right now and that's it?
Let's just play it by ear. Maybe we could do a second version of this.
Not a whole second version.
No, just the changes.
Like a little change.
Yeah, we'll see. Okay. We'll see. I want to remind everyone to follow us on social media. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky. Join us over in Discord and continue the conversation there. We also post our episodes on YouTube, so be sure to go to our YouTube page to like and subscribe. Rate and review us wherever you listen to podcasts, and check out our merchandise and Patreon pages to support us that way. Links to all the aforementioned information are included in the show notes to this episode. Final thoughts, words, Tom, Jen.
Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays. Thanks, everyone, for listening, and you'll hear us next time.